How's it going, everybody? I just wanted to share a little project that I just finished up. I built a little stand here for my brew pump and plate chiller. I was looking around online for some different ideas, saw some pretty cool ones, and decided that rather than copy somebody else's design, I came up with something that I think fit my needs best. I was looking for something that was going to be durable, portable, easy to take apart, easy to keep clean, wasn't going to corrode or rust. So I avoided metal, I avoided PVC tubing. Instead, what I came up with was something made out of plastic. And what I used here for material was a cutting board. So it's high density polyethylene. I just went on Amazon and found a large cutting board. It was 18 by 30 by 1/2 inch thick. The cutting board actually came in just a little bit smaller than advertised, so I had to make some slight adjustments on the actual size for this thing, but overall I think it came out just about perfect, at least for my needs. So just wanted to go over this thing with you here real quick. So overall dimensions on this thing, it is 12.5 inches tall, it is 14.5 inches wide, and it is 7.5 inches deep. So each end piece here, again, 12.5 inches tall by 7.5 inches deep. I was going to make it just a little bit deeper, but because of the constraints on the size of the board and how many pieces I need to cut, I ended up going just a little narrower than I wanted to. And what that ended up causing was, the barb fittings there aren't kept within the structure itself. Stick out a little bit there, but I don't think it's too bad. Still overall offers a lot of protection for both the pump and the plate chiller. But again, 12.5 by 7.5 inches deep. The width, 14.5 inches. Each shelf here is 13.5 inches by 7.5 inches. Again, that 14.5, we get there with the extra 1/2 inch on each end there. Each shelf has a 1-inch brace here along the bottom, which just strengthens everything up and makes it good and durable. The entire thing is put together with stainless steel screws. They are, I believe, number 8 screws by 1¼ inches deep. I pre-drilled each hole, countersunk the heads, and starting with the pump here on the bottom, how I mounted that, I used 4 1/4 inch bolts and I put on the bottom there stainless steel wing nuts and stainless steel washers. Again, all the hardware on here is stainless steel. I wanted to prevent it from rusting, make this thing last a good long time, I hope. So anyway, 1/4 inch bolts there, carriage bolts, holds that pump in place really good and solid. The plate chiller itself actually sits on this shelf, so the weight is supported by this shelf, and I've placed a brace here on the back which allows the plate chiller to mount to, keeps it good and secure. The plate chiller itself has 2 studs. Unfortunately, those studs were not threaded studs. They were not long enough to go all the way through this 1/2 inch board. So what I had to do was countersink these washers into this board. So I drilled about 1/4 inch deep into these boards with a Forstner bit, sunk the washer down in there, which gave me just enough room, if you see there, just enough room to get the washer, a lock washer, and the wing nuts on there. Again, all the hardware is stainless steel, just for durability and longevity. The handle up here is PVC. So I looked at a few different options. I wanted something durable and easy and inexpensive, and this is what I came up with. It's a 1-inch piece of PVC. I believe that's Schedule 40. Just grabbed a 2-foot section from Home Depot. I cut into each one of these end boards where you see the handle butting up to the board here. I actually drilled into these boards maybe about 1/8 inch, a recessed hole with a Forstner bit, and that hole is a little bit smaller diameter than the actual outside diameter of this PVC. So what I did to keep this handle in place was I chamfered or beveled the outside edge of this PVC so that it seats down into that hole just a little bit and locks it into place. So I did that on both ends. It matched up pretty good, so you can't see any seam there. It doesn't look tacky or anything like that, so it came out pretty good. But that's wedged in there. I cut the actual piece of PVC, the full width of the inside dimensions of these two end pieces, which was 13.5 inches. Plus, I believe I added an extra 3/16 on there and kind of had to use a file and get it to fit nice and snug and without distorting the end plates. To hold that in place, what I did was I just ran a piece of 1/4 inch all thread all the way through from one end to the other. I put on a washer there, a nut, and then all I did to keep that in place was use a little bit of thread locker on there to keep those from coming loose. So tighten those up good and tight, which pulled the ends of those handles down into those recessed holes just a little bit, locks them nice and snugly into place. The handle's good and rigid, doesn't bend under the weight. I think overall, everything came out pretty good and will meet my needs, I think, quite well. It's easy to carry, nice and portable, seems durable. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you enjoy. Hope this gives you some ideas on what you can do, maybe to build your own. If you have any questions, post them below. Happy to answer anything and help anybody else out. Thanks for watching.